Yo, it's the 1409 podcast. I go by the name of KT. Live on this Wednesday night. You know, we going live with Derrick Miller, motivational speaker, and more. Gonna be tapping in, see what he has going on, some of the things he's been going through. We're gonna definitely tap in with that. Shout out to Lil Ken in here, No Love Ken. We're gonna be tapping in with you real soon. We see you out here working, man. We see you out here working for real. So we're definitely gonna tap in with you, and you're doing this at a young age. Listen to one of your tracks already. Fire, man. Just keep pushing, man. We gonna get you up on here. We gonna get a date to you and everything. Gonna make everything happen. But tonight we got Derrick Miller in here, motivational speaker. Gonna be tapping in with 1409, and we gonna get into everything he has going on, everything he's been going through most recently. So everybody tune in, 1409 podcast. Let's go and get our guests up in here and our co-hosts so we can get this thing. For sure. Appreciate it. No problem, man. We see you out here. Shout to Salute the Hustle, man. Hey, what's going on, fam? How you living?
Hey, how you doing?
All good, man. So shout out to I Am Lynch Hunt in here as well. You know what I'm saying? Another client of BMR PR. Shout out to Bianca for putting this together tonight as well, man. We glad to have you on here. For the listeners and the viewers out there, can you go and let the people know who you are, what you do, where you from?
My name is Derrick Miller. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm a motivational speaker and entrepreneur.
Motivational speaker, entrepreneur. All right, for sure, man. From Charlotte, North Carolina, born and raised?
Yeah. Well, actually, I was born in Spartanburg, South Carolina, but I've been here for 33 years of my 34 34 years on Earth. So,
Hey, for sure, man. Shout out, man. We from South Carolina as well. I'm from Florence. Guala's from in this area as well. So, you know, we're not too far.
Okay.
Big facts.
Okay.
What was it like growing up in Charlotte though?
Uh, it was good. It was good. I guess some of the stereotypical things that some people might have went through growing up. I grew up in Batesford. And it was a little bit rough, but it was a learning experience, a good experience. I don't regret any of it. Probably when I was in high school, transitioned over to a better side of town, and in Mid Hill, and it was a good experience. I don't regret any of it. I think Charlotte's a very well balanced city. You got great sides, you got bad sides, you got a little bit of countryside, you got a little bit of city. It's a good town.
Hey, for sure, man. I heard some things about Betty's Ford. I heard it's real out there for real, man. So you came from some humble.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it is, but it's some bad and it has some good parts. I learned a lot being in that area for that span of time. So I don't regret any of it.
what were some of the positive things that you took from that area of the city?
The positive that I took from it is I learned very quickly what not to do. A lot of people might have slipped into drinking and drugs and things of that nature. I was able to see that up front and personal with some of the things that was around in the area, in the neighborhood. And I knew very early on that wasn't something I wanted to take part in, using or selling or anything of that nature. So that was a lesson I learned very early in the process.
Okay, I feel that. So did you take up sports, academics, or what type of things did you take up to not get indulged in those stereotypical things?
I was not early on. I wasn't big into sports early on. I was more up under my dad's wing. I was up under his wing, and I watched him work extremely hard, and that gave me more of an entrepreneurial mindset. And I just watched him work and try to figure out how to get us out of that situation and get us in a better situation. And that was more so of the thing I focused more on, trying to be like him at an earlier age than he figured out how to do it. He didn't figure it out till he was like in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing was trying to take what he learned early on and apply it to myself at a young age.
Okay, I feel that for sure. So, at what age would you say you transitioned over to Mint Hill?
Um, I was 13. 13 when we moved in here.
All right, and
So
what was some of the positives over there in Mint Hill?
the positive over there was the eye opening that everybody doesn't live like in a hood lifestyle. That the hood, quote quote, isn't the only thing that's out there. You know what I'm saying? It kind of expanded my mind that things could get a lot better. You could aspire to have a better life. Um, you could dream to have a better life, and it was something to look forward to. And if my dad could work hard and dream and build and get us to this point, what can I do for myself if I apply the things that he showed me?
Like, for sure, man. Shout out to Guadalupe's World up in here.
Yeah,
The other
let's
half of
go.
14 podcast. How you living, man? How you living?
Doing good.
Doing good. All right, for sure, man. So, what high school did you attend over there, man? Here, I'm not too familiar with Charlotte. I know it's a larger city than where I came from, so I'm just trying to, for people that may know,
I went to Independence High School.
Independence High School.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was your time like there? Were you a well known student, or were you you stayed to yourself under the radar?
No, I stayed to myself, man. My personality for the most part is more of a quiet type of person. I'm not a loud or boisterous type of person. I stay to myself. But when I was there, I had my little circle of friends. Um, at the beginning, it was a little bit of a hood school, and they had to transition the school and change it around and kind of get it under control. They had a lot of gang activity and stuff like that. And by the time I graduated, it was a really good school, and the experience itself was great. At that point, that's why I got involved in sports, and that was more so. And the really only reason I did it is to kind of get the attention from my dad, from my father, and you know, because he was still focused so much on the business aspect of everything of his life. At that point, his business and everything was running really, 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 really well. So, in an attempt to get his attention, that's why I went to the sports side of things, hoping that would draw his attention.
All right, for sure, man. So I didn't have the opportunity to play in sports in high school. I was just in there lifting weights with them. That's all I was doing. Well, I know you was a star athlete out there. What was you going?
I wouldn't say star athlete, but I played a few sports. I wrestled, played soccer, football in my younger years, baseball. Never made the
Okay.
basketball team though.
Yeah, we had. I wanted to play basketball. We had a rule that if you had hair, that you couldn't play basketball. Like if you had long hair, you couldn't play basketball. So like I never had an opportunity to even do that. Like
Oh
so.
yeah, that was at like our school too. Coach made them cut their hair.
hmm
Oh man, that's ridiculous. What they think they gonna pull your hair or something?
I have no idea what the whole. I don't know what the whole deal was. It was the coach came to me and said, "Yo, I want you to play on the team. You're fast, whatever." I said, "Okay, cool." And he's like, "But you gotta cut your hair." And I'm like, "I'm not cutting my hair, man. I'm not.
I
It's not
told
gonna happen."
I told them I need a religious exemption. I can't cut my hair, but I'm like, you gotta give me a religious exemption for this right here, man.
I don't know.
Uh,
I think it was part of the program or the plan to make men into better young men, make boys into better young men. Because
Exactly.
we had rules, or we had, I don't know, we had dress codes, or we had to tuck our shirts in and stuff like that.
Exactly.
we didn't
I
have.
think, and to your point, I think when I played football, that's when I really learned like how the world really really works. Like if you don't put in the work and if you don't do your end of the bargain, if you don't uphold your end of the bargain, you're not gonna get the results you want. Like that's when it really came into play. That's when I really found out like how things really work. So it was a good experience.
For sure, man. And you mentioned you're an entrepreneur. What age did you gain that entrepreneurial spirit?
Um, I had it. I had it. I probably was in the fifth grade. My dad, he had a lawn care service, and I watched him build it from just one little lawnmower up to three or four lawnmowers, and having a few employees. And I watched him build a cleaning service, and he had that and the cleaning service. And he showed me all the, how much he made in a year, and he showed me the taxes and stuff like that. And I was just amazed at how much you can make on your own just from providing the service for people that need something. And you don't have to go out here and try to work for nobody. You don't have to go out here and beg and plead and try to get a job, stuff like that. And I probably was in fifth grade when I seen that. And by the time I was in sixth grade, seventh grade, I was well on my way to making my own money. He would let us work. Me and my sister, he would let us work after school, and I would get paid $600-700 a week for doing my part in the two businesses.
In sixth grade?
So yeah,
Oh yeah,
Balling.
yeah,
definitely on
yeah,
play. For sure.
yeah. It was a good experience.
Yeah, he's definitely on the way. So you mentioned he had a cleaning service. Was it residential or commercial or both?
We did everything. We did residential and commercial, mostly commercial, due to the fact that the contract. You could sign a contract for a year, and then you would have that guaranteed money for that whole entire year. So we focused more on trying to get those. And he had a contract at the airport. He had a contract at a couple of businesses. He had a contract at a plant that he worked at for 20 years, and he retired. Had that contract. And with all of those, we were well into six figures and doing fine. And my mom, she ran that part of the cleaning part of it, and he ran the landscaping part of it. And me and my sister, we just helped them out in between whatever they needed. So
Y'all was cleaning the inside and the outside. Y'all had it. Y'all was getting.
yeah. If we could get it, we took it. If we could get it, we took it. It didn't matter.
I feel that, man. 700 a week as in sixth grade. I don't know what I do with that. I have all type of Xboxes and PlayStations. All type of
I bought.
food.
I took my money. I bought a car, and I had every little jersey. I don't know how old you guys are, but the style was basketball jerseys and hats and long chains. I had every chain, every hat, everything.
Long
That's what I
t-shirt.
did. Long
Long
t-shirts.
T.
Yep. I had all
Yeah.
the long tees, the fresh tees. I had them all. So you
Jabos.
know,
You had to do some Jabos.
I wasn't a Jabot guy. I mean, that was, I didn't get in on that trend, but you know, I seen other people with them, but I didn't like the Jabots. So
Yeah, those was like a favorite for me. You had all these different pockets. You could hide something in this pocket, hide something. It was clutch for me, man. Like I had all different colors, but yeah, definitely. But I would make it 600, 700 a week at no age in my childhood. You was definitely ahead of your peers with that one. And
Big
that's
facts.
that. And you took that entrepreneurship on into adulthood.
yeah, I did. I from that point, like I said, my whole goal was to try and emulate what he did at an earlier age. Because he told me at one point, he was like, if I knew what I know now at your age, I would be so much further ahead. So I took that to heart, and I tried to implement it in my life. And I had some ups and some downs. It's not as easy as he made it look, and it wasn't even easy for him. But um, I've done countless things, countless things. Automotive repair. I've done towing. I've done apparel. I've done uh, baby shoes. I've done countless things um, in order to try to find that thing that's gonna make it for me as an entrepreneur. And the thing that I got that I was really good at was apparel, and I ended up doing that. And I've been doing that for years now.
What type of apparel were you putting out?
Any kind of apparel. I I went and I researched and found the best way to print a large sum of shirts and sweatshirts and things of that nature at the highest quality I could find, and bought the equipment and everything like that. And I've been doing it on a high production level for the last 6 or 7 years. And I did that to kind of try to separate myself, because the last 3 years it became a popular thing for everybody to do. Everybody tried to do t-shirts, t-shirts, t-shirts. But the main goal I wanted to do was try to separate myself and get into a supplier's lane and not just a, t-shirt market.
I feel that, man. So you had the t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the sweatpants, and
Everything.
what type of? So you had like different logos, or what name were these clothes going by?
It was actually it was the same thing like I told you about my father. The whole concept was trying to get large contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So I would try to contract with schools. I would try to contract with different businesses and things of that nature in order to bring in large, consistent contracts. It's going to have consistent orders. So they would come to me with their logos or whatever they need made, and we would just go from there.
All right, I feel that. So with the large amount of orders coming to you, did you have to get a team, or were you handling everything on your own still?
Well, I pretty much handled everything on my own, and started to build a team slowly. And when you're trying to build a team, you're trying to put out the same quality that you set the standard for your business. You can't just bring anybody in. So I didn't get to that point where I was hiring a bunch of people, but I had a small team of people that knew exactly what we were trying to do, and kept it moving like that.
For sure, man. That's entrepreneurship for sure. You was out here getting it from then to now. But so with that,
Yeah.
what's the most difficult thing you had to overcome in life?
The most difficult thing would be my current situation. In September of last year, I got diagnosed with kidney disease.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big shocker, a big blow, something I wasn't prepared for, something you can't really prepare for. And I was one of those guys that really got tied into my work a lot, and didn't pay attention to much else. I was focused on making money, trying to provide for my family. I got 2 kids. And I got tied up with that so much that I didn't pay attention to my health. We get tied up in what we're doing so much that we don't pay attention to ourselves. And next thing I know, I just got sick. Start throwing up and being tired and sleepy all the time. And when I went to the doctor, I'm thinking it's going to be something easy, like take some pills or get some rest, or you got corona, something like that. But, they told me you got kidney disease. And I'm like, all right, well, how do we fix it? Because I'm a problem solver. And it's like, well, we can't fix it. It's just, it is what it is. And you gotta deal with it. So I say that's probably the toughest thing I've had to deal with.
So like with kidney disease, I don't want to pry too much, but we open platform, we both busting and blunt. What type of symptoms do you experience with kidney disease?
The symptoms that I had, I was extremely tired. Like, I was tired to the point, like, I would have to go to sleep. Like, not like, oh, I'm just dragging a little bit. Like, I would have to lay down and go to sleep at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I was exhausted. And you have the fact that your kidneys clean your blood, and it doesn't just deal with your urine. A lot of people think it's just your urine. It actually cleans your blood. So if your kidney isn't functioning the way it's supposed to, or at a high level, then your blood is consistently dirty or toxic. So that causes you to be tired. That causes some delusion with your mind. You know, you be kind of confused. You be very forgetful. You have foggy memory. Um, so it's a lot that it can do to you that you might not even know, and also it causes you to have weight retention, water retention. So you'll be swelling a lot in different places. And I didn't even realize it, but my legs were like crazy swole for like the last 2 years. And I didn't even realize it. Like I was trying to play basketball and stuff, and didn't even realize like I couldn't really run like I used to because my knees are swollen. But I didn't know. You know, I'm just thinking, you know, I'm just getting older. But it definitely wasn't the case.
So is this kidney disease more common than people think, or is it just like
It definitely is. It's over 200,000 people in America that have end stage kidney failure. And that's not like your kidney's kind of messed up. That's end stage where you need a transplant, where you need another kidney. There's 200,000 people right now on any given day in America that's suffering from that. And it's something that's not really talked about that much. I think it's something that people think that older people have to deal with. It's just something that happens to older people. But it's a whole community of people that have that issue and have that problem.
What kind of lifestyle change does it? Like you had to change your diet or anything like that?
Um, yeah, you completely have to change your diet. You can't eat salt, shouldn't eat processed foods. Um, Everything you eat at this point, once you had a disease, can affect, you know, you living or, you know, being sick. So you completely have to change it. Take out all the salt or anything else that they might tell you that you can't do. Like some people, luckily I'm not one of those people, but some people can't drink a lot of liquids. Like they have a liquid limitation because if they drink too much, it stays on their body and they can essentially suffocate or drown because they have too much liquid on their lungs. So it's a lot of limitations that come along with it.
you definitely putting us on game tonight? Because I didn't know a lot of these things you said. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that all that came with kidney disease. Like,
Yeah,
like me coming in from the outside looking in, I just thought it had to deal with urine and things like that, like you said. But it's a whole lot of different other things that you got to consider with that.
yeah, definitely.
So, how is it like living your living day to day life? How is it trying to what I'm saying, stay up to par and continue to indulge in entrepreneurship and everything?
Um, it completely changed my life. I mean, it completely changed the way I go about my day to day actions. It completely stopped me from working because you can't. There's no real way to get around it. You know, you got to go to dialysis for 4 hours, 3 times a week, and if you don't do that, you end up getting sick again. Um, you have to sit there for the 4 hours. You have to get surgeries uh, in order to get the dialysis, and that affects you in different ways. Like I got like a port right here where they do the dialysis through my chest, and the dialysis goes directly to your heart, and it wears you out. It feels like you played 5 or 6 basketball games just from sitting on the machine, and it makes you completely tired. And once you get off, all you want to do is rest, but you only have one more day until you have to go back again. So essentially, it's almost like all you do is sleep and rest and sleep and rest, and, you know. So it's affected me in a big way, and my biggest goal has been to show other people that's in this situation, and not just the kidney disease situation, but any situation where they feel like they can't really do it, that there's a way to do it. There's an opportunity to keep on pushing, to keep on moving forward, to try and maximize the time you have left. And speaking of that time you have left, uh, that's the biggest thing it did. It showed me that I don't have a whole lot of, I don't have a lot of time. Like being 34, I thought I had another 50 years, until I had to worry about anything if I keep myself in shape. But this happening showed me that at any point in time, anything can happen and steal your time.
So with the dialysis, that's them cleaning your blood, right? You getting blood transfusions in there. That's what it's called.
Yeah, they it's not a transfusion. They're taking your blood out and running it through a filter and then putting it back in and cleaning it for 4 hours. So yeah.
So is there any way like to prevent kidney disease from happening, or is it just something that's like hereditary?
It depends. Sometimes it's hereditary. Some people that's born with one kidney, and some people that's born with damaged kidneys. Um, your diet has a lot to do with it. For me, the thing that they think caused it was hypertension, which is high blood pressure, which is crazy because I'm 34 years old. I worked out the majority of my life. I'm in good shape. Why would my blood pressure be high, right? So blood pressure can cause it. Um, Medications you take can cause it. If you take a lot of aspirin, not aspirin, a lot of ibuprofen, if you take a lot of supplements, I'm not going to say which supplements, but a lot of supplements, and you're really damaging your kidney by putting a lot of minerals unneeded into your body, that can damage your kidney to the point where it kind of, hardens up and doesn't work anymore. And, but it's a combination of things, your diet, uh, it can be hereditary. I used to think it was from drinking, you know. Um, my mother, she was alcoholic, and I thought that if I didn't drink and blah blah blah, I wouldn't have any issues. So I didn't even drink until I was like 25, and I ended up being the person with the messed up kidney. So, you know, is it can come from all different kind of ways.
Yeah, you definitely put us on game, man. I know Guala, you over there soaking it in, like.
Yeah. I one of my jobs I used to work in the hospital in like patient transport. So I would like see the process of like, people going through dialysis. 'Cause, I would have to transport them there and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Was that
like I said,
I was saying, was that an eye-opening experience for you transporting the patients?
Yeah, man, working in the hospital, you see a lot of stuff, man. But definitely with like how he was explaining, like you see the process. I watched the process, you know what I'm saying, a few times, seeing them like pull the blood out and just running through like the filter machine and going back in. I actually know about the surgery he talking about, getting the port in on the chest. You know.
For sure, man.
So
So you pivoted from entrepreneurship and you got into motivational speaking. What has that experience been like as a motivational speaker?
it's been interesting. It's been a learning experience. It's been gratifying. Um, the reason I pivoted was because when I got diagnosed, um, I'm a type of person that's like I'm gonna do my due diligence and do my research and try to find out everything I can to solve the problem or get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? So when they told me that I was done, my kidney was done, I had to get a transplant, I went to research and try to find other people that had went through the situation so I can get some information on what should I do next, what can I do, how can I solve it, how can I fix it, you know, what does the other side look like after you go through this and maybe get a transplant? What is my life going to look like? And I didn't see anybody. Like I didn't see anybody. I didn't see any examples of people that made it to the other side And, it was like, this is what happened to me. So I felt like really, really down and really in a dark place. And I didn't have anybody I could talk to or relate to or anything like that. So, and all the people that I used to look at, all the other motivational speakers, all they ever talked about was making money, working out, playing a sport. None of that stuff related to what I was going through. None of that stuff could bring me up to, it didn't have any answers. So the thing I did see there was, hundreds of thousands of people that felt the same way I felt. And from that point, I started documenting, I started recording myself, and I started, taking pictures and photos of the different steps I was going through to show, okay, you can start here, you can feel down, you can feel bad, you can feel like you don't have anywhere to go. But this is where you can end up. And the motivational speaking is about showing those people and other people in other situations that you can overcome, you can pick yourself up, and you can keep moving forward.
Most
Do you
definitely.
feel do you feel like you said earlier that this is one of the biggest things that you had to overcome? Do you feel like overcoming this has gave you a different sense of purpose in life?
Definitely. 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 Like I said, it wasn't something that was on my mind. I wasn't trying to, I never seen myself and envision myself being a motivational speaker or anything like that. So it definitely did give me a different purpose and a different look on life. Like I said, I realized that I had plans, like, what I'm saying? You set goals and you set dreams and stuff like that. And something like this, it shows you that, stuff can change real quick. Stuff can change real quick, and you got to capitalize on the time you have here and make the most out of the time you have here while you're here. Because, nothing's guaranteed.
For sure.
For sure, man. So, what advice? I know you gave a little advice. What advice would you give to anyone out here that's going through something similar to what you're going through?
The thing I would say is to do your research. Don't allow your fear to dictate what you can and can't do. Do your research. Do your due diligence. Find out what your limitations are, and then push those limitations. Try to be an expert on that area so you can know exactly what it is that you can and can't do and how far you can go with it. And don't allow fear to trick you into thinking that you're finished. Because it's a lot of people out there that feel like they're finished, they're done, they don't have nothing to live for just because they got sick, or they don't have nothing to live for just because they can't do stuff the way they used to do it. And it's a lot. It's a trick on your mind that you have to snap out of when you're going through something that's that traumatic and that serious.
Another question I had: do you feel like the holistic approach to the things you're going through would be helpful, or is it more Western medicine or medical techniques that's helping you the most?
I think it depends on your situation because, like I said, everybody's situation is a little bit different. And, the thing that causes the disease is a little bit different. So for me, having hypertension, blood pressure, I'm going to try my best now knowing to modify my diet and do it in like you said, a holistic way. Modify my diet and get myself away from having to take the Western medicine, the blood pressure medication. I don't want to have to do that forever or whatever else if it's under my control. So, like I said, that causes you to educate yourself, be more aware of what you're eating, know more about how it's going to affect you and go that route. As far as just depending wholly on the Western medicine, I personally don't. I don't think that, packing myself with a bunch of medication is the best thing to do all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I try to educate myself on doing what's best and change my diet and go in that direction. That's what my goals are.
Yeah, that's just something that came up in my mind. I wanted to ask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Among other things.
It's another interesting thing that they don't talk about or let you know is the side effects that come along with the medication that you're taking that's helping you stay alive or helping you feel better or helping you, the side effects of those things. You take steroid to help you maintain your kidney, and the steroid makes you feel like you're going insane. So I don't know if that's a benefit or not. You know what I'm saying? But that's a part of the Western medicine. So it's just up to the individual how they want to go about doing it.
Big facts, big facts. Oh, girl, I thought you, I thought you had some. So like Trick Daddy, I watched a Trick Daddy interview, and he's going through like some medical situations as well. He's saying like for one medicine, there's another medicine you got to take for the side effect of the first medicine, another medicine you got to take.
Exactly.
He just don't take medicine at all. He self medicates, so to say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever he said he does, and y'all can look that up in the interview if you don't know. But definitely, I feel that from every angle, for sure. And I salute everybody that's staying strong through their situations, their medical situations, and their life changing events, for sure, man. And we appreciate you coming through 1409. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here. And
Definitely. I appreciate y'all inviting me.
no problem. We appreciate you. What can we expect from you in the near future?
Oh, and in the near future, I'm working on a book. So working on that. Also on if you have Spotify, anything like that, I got motivational tracks on there. Under D Motivation Mill. Um, look that up. It's tracks on there you can check out, listen to, motivate yourself. They're not all the same. They're not all, I talk about things from different perspectives. Business wise, sports wise, working out wise, uh, not too religious, but check those things out. Also, I'll be doing some motivational tours coming up soon this year, and just trying to help uplift people and spread the message and help people out that's in need.
Hey, for sure, man. We
For
rocking with.
sure, for sure.
We gonna continue to stay tapped in with you, for sure, most definitely. And do you have any closing remarks, anything before we parted ways?
I just anybody that's out there that's going through anything or feel like they're hopeless, um, just keep pressing through, man. Just keep pressing through. You know, take advantage of the time you have. Cherish the time you have. The people that's not going through anything, that's your life's going perfect and everything's fine. Cherish the time you have and maximize the time you have because that's the only thing we can't get back is time. And I appreciate you guys for having me on today.
Yes, sir, man. Anything you got anything going on, just hit us up so we can continue to stay tapped in. We follow you as well, so
Definitely.
we love to have you back in the near future too. Spin the block on us.
All right, we'll
Spin the
do.
block.
Uh-huh.
We'll do.
All right, man.
You have a
Appreciate
good night.
you too. All right, man. That's some good stuff right there, man. For real.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, that once again that was Derrick Miller. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram at DEE1_Mill on Instagram. So that's D1_Mill, DEE spelled out. So make sure y'all tap in with that. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram as well, 1409 Podcast. You can catch us on Always Press Record TV, Black American Market, Nobody Grinds Like Us Network, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Audible, and all those other podcast streaming platforms, man. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us an honest review on Apple Podcasts if you haven't already. Make sure y'all go ahead and do that. And leave us a review on Google as well, because if you Google us, that'll come up as well. So we in the search engines too, so make sure y'all tap in with that. Sure.
Big fans.
Big facts, man. You had anything, Waller?
Nah.
All right, that's the 1409 Podcast, and we out.
Okay.